It's time for another video again. I'm just pondering, man. Thinking about these some of these Uber riders, man. Black people in particular. I'm going ahead and say it, man. Somebody would say, oh, he might be going to the coon. No, it ain't no coon stuff. It's just some observations, man. It just remind me of why I don't say brother and sister. I don't use those kind of words or terms or whatever to describe or to greet random black people. I don't say that stuff, man. I never felt comfortable saying that. Brother, sister. Those are things you gotta earn. Probably because I already have a brother and a sister. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, I'm call some random folks my brother and sister. That don't even make any sense. But just dealing with black people in particular, man. Doing an Uber driving, man. It's leaving a sour taste in my mouth. Not completely, because I get more pros and cons. Black passengers. But every now and then I get a Negro who want to act a fucking fool, man. Who want to treat me like a doormat. You got people out here, man, they look down at Uber drivers, man. And before I was Uber driver, I didn't look down at Uber drivers. Say, hey, these guys out here getting money. You know, you have people, social media and stuff like that, talking about Uber drivers and all that. You know, and I'm taking, and being an Uber driver, I get to see that a lot of these people, man, who look down on Uber drivers, they're not really doing too well financially, man. They got a lot of nerves talking about Uber drivers, man. You're taking these people 10, 20 miles to work, man. Like, these people do that shit every day, man, back and forth. Like, why are you looking down on Uber drivers, man? Any money you might can make, or you can make, that's more than an Uber driver per hour. You're gonna blow most of it in Uber back and forth of taxi, ride share. And the fact of the matter that you gotta catch an Uber, man. Like you balling out of control. You wanna look down at the Uber driver, but you don't got no damn car. It's like, man, what the hell, man? Like, what's really going on? Man, what's really going on? What's going on? Like, I just shake my head, man. Like, you think your $10? See, that's the thing. A lot of these riders don't understand. We don't get paid what y'all give, and y'all can't pay enough to stump on my dignity or my self-esteem or my self-respect, man. I don't care if I'm driving you around. That ain't the fee. That ain't the fee of admission. You don't get to talk crazy or demand I take you anywhere. If your pen say this is where you at, and we come to find out that's not where you really at, it now becomes courtesy, man. You got to be humble about the situation, because now it becomes you're asking me to take you elsewhere. Like I told one dumbass black broad. Now you asking me to take you elsewhere, so I got to do something in addition to. I told her just those words. That means I don't know what's going on. You can be leading me anywhere. Some of y'all might be listening, man. Hey, man, you scared of a woman? Man, I don't put nothing past anybody, man. That's how a lot of your homies out here, niggas, dumb niggas, is dead because what some black broad done said or did or led them to. Man, you don't never let your guard down, man. That's why a lot of you niggas can't never be no successful. Well, you can't be now, but y'all could never be no successful drug dealer, man. Y'all don't got the street smarts, man. Y'all don't know that a lot of the guns that got into clubs because of brawls, man. Dumbass security guards ain't checking in their purses. Dumb niggas. That's how the guns get in. Then some wising up and had women do the searching and all that. But even still, man, that's how a lot of the guns get in the club. Mace and all that shit, man. I'm just saying, man. You got women out here. You got people that like to say, well, she's a woman, she ain't gonna do nothing. That's your mistake right there. That's why you ain't gonna live long, nigga. Out on the streets doing street stuff, thinking what a woman won't do. Dummy. It ain't about no movie stuff, what I seen in movies, man. I done seen this stuff firsthand. That's how women get stuff in the clubs, man. That's how women get stuff. Women talk, man. A lot of these women is kind of cold, man. Y'all think these women out here is nice? I'm talking to black women, about black women in particular, man. A lot of them is not really nice, man. They'll talk and run their mouth, and whatever happens to you, they'll pretend that they don't know what the fuck happened and why it happened. Well, I don't know why that happened to him. Oh, he got fucked up. But she got fucked up. And it's not about being in the streets and being hard, man. You gotta be smart. Can't put nothing past people, man. It's not about being paranoid. You gotta understand the capabilities of a human being. Human beings is easy to get rid of. When I say get rid of, you know what that means. It's not hard to take out a human being. A lot of you dudes don't have an imagination. That's why y'all don't believe things happen the way they can happen. And somebody can just be sitting right next to you and just jab you in the neck with a knife, and that's the end of you right there. Somebody can be behind a chair, put a fishing line around your neck, or a wire, a steel wire, thin wire around your neck and strangle you to death, man. Now, you got people out here, man, that cut your fucking brake lines. They cut it just enough. Knowing your routine, know you take the freeway every day to work, doing for the work. They cut it just enough. And you got people out here know what kind of food you eat on the regular. Know where you go to get food all the time. Man. Have somebody in there fix your food, drop some deadly poison in your shit. Well, it won't happen. Yeah, that's y'all don't have imagination, man. That's how the government take out people, man. There's a lot of people who died from so-called quote-unquote natural causes. You dumb niggas out here, y'all speaking to you black people, man. A lot of you niggas need to hear this, man. Because a lot of you dudes are annoying, man. Y'all think y'all smart and know stuff. You're always looking for the dude to run at y'all with the gun. What about the sniper, motherfucker? They're gonna take your fucking head off from almost a mile away, dude. What about that guy? You don't ever think about that motherfucker? Oh, it can't happen. The guns is out here. Why it can't happen? See, it can't happen because a lot of you motherfuckers ain't on that kind of wavelength. Y'all don't think like that. Y'all want to be seen. Y'all want to shoot motherfuckers up and be seen. I don't think like that. What about the motherfucker who drill holes in the wall? Who'll pick your ass off? You'll never see it. Never see it. Oh, y'all think about the sniper in the window, huh? Y'all gonna see him. Motherfuckers who can drill holes in the wall. Who hide in the tree. Who hide 3 blocks away. 4 blocks away. motherfucker think about that motherfucker, do you? I'm at such and such location. See, a lot of you motherfuckers, man, y'all run and gun motherfuckers, man. Y'all not smart, clever motherfuckers, man. Y'all not clever and witty and smart. Y'all not thinkers, man. That's why people take y'all out, man. That's why law enforcement know how to find you motherfuckers, man. Y'all leave prints. Y'all don't pay attention to details, man. Loading bullets with your bare fingers and all that shit. You get new bullets, man. You're supposed to have on gloves. Dummies. I'm just saying, man. I'm not even a killer, man. Just when you get older, man, you just start analyzing stuff, man. A lot of people get caught because they don't dot their I's and cross their T's. You got to be meticulous with the details. People commit a crime, and they run all the way to their house, or they think that they bob and weave through neighborhoods. That's gonna stop them. Throw the police off their trail, and they go back to their house. Oh, motherfucker, you got satellites, satellite feeds, you got cameras everywhere. You gotta plan that. You gotta plan that escape differently. They can find out your origins from which you came just by following the camera breadcrumbs back from which you came. Say, oh, this dude ran away. We can't find him. Thought you got away, didn't you? They just look at cameras in the area. They just make a reverse trail from your start point. Say, oh, he came from this area. The camera show him here. The camera show him here. They just trace you all the way back to where you came from, dummies. Now you got niggas out here selling drugs and whatever, doing little deals, whatever, with the Arab, man. Not even realizing the cops already have you caught, man. They got you caught already. They're just letting all that shit stack up against you. That's why you be hearing about dudes in the hood, man. Keep going back to prison and all that shit, man. They already got you caught, man. They're just making you think they don't know anything. They want the big bus. They want to tie everything together. It's convenient. Why just keep arresting motherfuckers one by one? Or you can crack down on the whole damn enchilada, man, and get everybody at once. And get pats on your back. And be the man. And get more funding. Police officers. More money for the force and all that. Just real interesting, man. But yeah, I didn't went off on that end, but back to the women, man. This really is about not underestimating women and stop being nice to women. I don't care if they're black women, I don't care if they're your sister girl, beautiful black queen, all this bullshit, man. Those titles are supposed to be earned. What about my mother and my sister? My mother earned it, my sister didn't. Even though she was an RN, she owns some bullshit. I don't fuck with her. She a dusty hood rat. She had that mentality, man. She not really dusty as far as outer appearance. She keep herself up. But that mentality, man. She got a hood rat, a Detroit hood rat broad mentality, man. She don't smoke weed for what I've heard or seen. Maybe she had every now and then, but I don't think she a weed head. She just got that ratchet mentality, man. That ratchet mentality is that self-entitled mentality. And all that comes about is because dudes out here, man, they have blown women's heads up because they can't control their sexual urges, man. They put vagina on a pedestal. That's all it comes down to. That's why a woman would think that she would think with a self-entitled mindset, because men have put her vagina on a pedestal. Literally on a pedestal. You are this. You're the goddess. Why? She's a goddess. If she's a goddess, what are you? Why is she a goddess? Why is a woman a goddess? Why does a woman deserve respect? She gives life. She can't make life without a man's seed. People keep talking about what a woman can bring into the world. Somebody had to bring the baby into the world. You don't get no reward for that, man. And who take care of the woman while she's bringing that baby into the world? The man does. I don't got no man, I'm taking care of myself. No, you're not. The men of the government. The government is giving you them fucking welfare checks or whatever subsidies is helping you. Men put that in place. So men, again, while you going through that 9 months, you can barely move, you wouldn't even better cut no wood to make a bonfire. Water break, wolves will come eat you and that baby up. The man has to be stronger. This is a logical thing here, man. The man had to be strong enough for two. The man is about 2.5 times stronger than a woman on average. But what makes a man stronger than a woman is the energy level, the adrenaline. It's not just the muscle mass, it's the adrenaline and the coordination. Man is more coordinated off rip, out the gate, than a woman is. With his hands, he's more dexterous. That's why you hear terms like throw like a woman. A man is more dexterous in general. Most men over women are. I'm just saying, as a Uber driver, I just been reflecting on a lot of stuff, man, dealing with black people. Just no more, man. You can't really just say I'm black and we brothers, man. You gotta earn that shit, man. I was always on it, but it just reinforced it even more. There's too many black people, man. They're not. There's no camaraderie, really. There's no really camaraderie. Some drastic will have to happen, man. We had to be targeted, like en masse, for us to get on board, man. To treat each other with some respect and dignity, man. But as of now, other black people to me are like foreigners, man. Like I can't really like connect. As I got older, man, like I had friends when I was younger. I had friends I could connect very easily, and I could still make like associate connections easy. But like friends, man, like it's not the same. Once you get a certain age, man, like in your 40s and all that, maybe even your 30s, man, like it's harder to connect because of what you know. Like, man, this dude's a user. See, when you're younger, you tolerate more. You know, you might can build some kind of friendship, even though y'all start off kind of sketchy. When you get older, man, you starting off sketchy, man. You want to cut ties with these folks quickly. Like, man, these motherfuckers is on some bullshit, man. They're trying to use me. Man, we got nothing in common. That's how I go, man. Like man, you hear about coons and this, and sellouts and this. I can kind of see why they would have that mindset. It's like the problem is you can't forget about white supremacy. You can have that mindset like fuck these niggas, do for self, but you can't forget about white supremacy in the process. That's where coons and sandboys go wrong. Can't forget about it. But really though, man, like See, that's the thing. By not forgetting about it, and even if you own some fuck these niggas, I'm off for sub. By you not forgetting about it, about white supremacy, you'll have a contingency plan. Just in case the white supremacists break bad, and you would expect them to break bad, and you will have something to fall back on. See, but you can't. But really, man, saying fuck these niggas, there's no real benefit really out here, man. These dudes can't really protect you, man. Now you can have people, good friends, who you can lean on, man. But like, far as like a collective, man, there's still too many black people out here, man, who are out for their own self. Now you have an Uber rider, you willing to call a white cop on me because I told her to get out in the suburb, a well-lit suburb. She didn't want to go where the pen told her. I'm wrong for not believing the pen she said. Okay. You want me to take you somewhere extra? Okay, cool. But why you can't ask me in a nice way? Why you got to tell me that's what I'm going to do? If I was a white man, she wouldn't say that. She got real quiet when that white cop, all she had was insults. She wasn't talking like she had something to say then when that white female cop showed up. And that just let me see, man, like, a lot of you black motherfuckers out here, y'all full of shit, man. That's unforgivable. Women call the police on me or anybody, that's an unforgivable offense. Now what does that mean? That means, like, if I ever saw her in need, I don't care if it's her children in need, dying, I will not help her. I don't care if she was dying, bleeding out, I will not help her. She cut off forever. Her and her seed. If I know about it, I don't know about it, that's another thing, but oh man. Like, I'm not on that, man. Forgiveness. I don't believe in that, man. I believe in giving people back what they give. And I sleep well with that mindset. People say turn the other cheek. That's only for people who believe like you do. You can give forgiveness to somebody who believe like you, who think like you, who are your comrades, who are of your community, you'll have similar beliefs. You might can give them a pass. Turn the other cheek. That's what that's for all you Bible thumpers. Among your own. Everybody practices that. Of religious sects and groups. Sect and groups. Yeah, y'all know what that means. They practice that. Black people don't get it, man. That morality stuff, man, it's not what you think it is. These are guidelines to keep the peace among those who think like you, fellow believers, and people who hold your ideals and values. You'll turn the other cheek if somebody is a fucking villain, is bent on murdering you and your family. Dumb niggas. Turn the other cheek so I can slice the other cheek, slice your fucking head off, you stupid fuckers. Yeah, you can turn the other cheek if they slice the cheek and it heals up in an instant. You're impervious to death. That's different. Just look at the world, man. Anything with sense runs from danger. Who put that sense in those things to run from danger? Our Creator. You let white people, some book that has been altered and rearranged, and books selected and removed, tell you what you gotta do. Try to train morality, brainwash you. So yeah, man, people gotta wake the fuck up, man. But in the meantime, man, I'm starting taking black people with a grain of salt, man. I'm not gonna be so quick to just you know, be so optimistic about unifying, man. People gotta earn that right, man. I'm always gonna look at black folks like that with great scrutiny, even more so.
I didn't find Squirnets in your contacts. Who should I call?
Like, man, you got people out here trying to sabotage what I'm trying to do.
Who should I call?
I'm trying to make my money, man. You got people sabotage.
Contact name Squirnets.
There's always something, man. If you're not making money, you got black people out here looking down on you. But then if you are making money, people are trying to sabotage you, trying to make your job difficult. And it's like, I ain't gonna say if you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. What I'm saying is, man, survive by any means and don't feel guilty about it. Just make sure you don't harm your own family in the process, man. Because that's another thing, man, I do think about. But then sometimes I say, fuck the family. Like, hey, they on some shady shit. Why it gone? Just be gone. Distant cousin or not. It just that black thing, man, that don't really mean nothing, man. Don't really mean nothing. It just all that shit does, man. The white supremacists, the dominant white society, the white race collective, they put that label of blackness on us. Yeah, we black, and I like being called black because our universe, our God is black. Infinite reality is black, among other colors, mainly black when we look up. But they put that shit on us, man, and we kind of forced to be united. It's not really genuine love. We only stick to that blackness because we put in a box. We put in a social lower hierarchy where we have to kind of unite to some degree. But it's not really real unity, man. It's just false, fake. It's fake, man. We don't really love each other, care for each other. We don't get along. We don't understand each other for the most part as a collective, global, nationwide, Caribbean, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, all over. We don't really, it's not really, racism is not really a natural thing. Survival is, and that kind of makes racism somewhat natural, seeming. Racism, like, you know, bunching people together and telling them y'all these people. That's not really it's not really natural. It's an artificial thing. You hear about it being a construct. It is, but in a sense it's not, because survival, being one to survive, they would take measures to make sure they survive the easiest. Racism is effective at enabling groups to survive and thrive at the expense of others, other races, other categories of people being lumped in. But blackness, as far as like unity wise, it's not really real. It's forced, just like it was in the civil rights era. That's why when it was perceived that freedom from the civil rights era, so-called, puts racism behind everybody. Black people was eager to spread out. That's the natural way of things. People doing what they want to do, not really being forced to unify. That's more natural. People to be more, not having to be forced in a situation. That's why I don't never That's why I never really, I believe, felt comfortable calling random black people brother and sister. That sister over there, that brother over there. And I never felt comfortable saying that. Even though I'm an FBA, Foundation of Black American. Native American, Native Black. I never felt it as a child. That's not my generation. That's not my upbringing. Even though my grandmother's side, my dad's side, his mother's side was the Nation of Islam. I used to go to the mosque. She used to bake pies and stuff, and cakes and all that stuff. She was real good at baking. She would take it to the mosque in the wild when we was little youngsters. So they would say it, but I never felt comfortable saying it in my consciousness. It felt fake and phony, because it is fake and phony. Calling people brother and sister. Like, man. And I think a lot of black people, man, the ones I've met, when they meet me, they know that I think that the way I do about them. Like I really see them as a foreigner, like somebody who I don't know, not because your skin color is not enough. Basically, they know I look at them like that their skin color is not enough. It's not enough, man. It's not enough to make me feel comfortable around. Now I feel comfortable like around black women to a degree, because I know, we got a common cultural connection. But not really with the dudes out here. The dudes is really foreign to me, man. They're really foreign. A lot of these dudes are smoked out. A lot of you dudes are smoked out. I can't relate to that, and I'm not trying to. Y'all got an altered state of thinking, man. That alone is not genuine. You have an altered state of thinking from smoking weed, drink, even smoking cigarettes and Black and Milds and all that shit on the regular. That's a vice, man. Whenever somebody has a vice, they're thinking with an altered thought. It's not the real them. There's a fakeness about it. Like I said this before, a lot of cigarette smokers, man, they tend to have like a bullshitter mentality. And a cigarette get them like a crutch to have that mentality. Like people, you're called to fix things. They be smoking and all that. They just get to it when they get to it, because that's what the cigarette does. It calms them down. It take away their sense of urgency. See, that's the thing. When people don't have a sense of urgency, they take your schedule and things you had to do for granted. Why? Because the sense of urgency that would be there, they just light up a cigarette or light up a blunt. It's not there no more. I just get to it when I get to it. That's why I don't like dealing with people who smoke. There's always something with them, man. They tend to have a bullshit mentality, man. That's just the way it goes, man. Smokers, that goes for family member too. Mom smoked, and she bullshitted a lot. She don't smoke no more. But that, that personality kind of locked in where she was. That's what I'm saying. I try to tell her about that. I try to break down the psychology behind it. How did I get this understand the psychology behind this stuff? I just analyze it. Nobody told me this stuff. It's my own observations. People with vices, man, they're not genuine by default until they get rid of those vices, those things controlling them. Somebody may be confident smoking weed. Yeah, are you confident without it? Is that the real you? You got an altered state of thought. Your mind is dull and numb. Some people can function better than others on those vices. I didn't know, I went kind of far with it, but I think this is the kind of monologue, I guess, or diary. What the hell? Some dudes that try to be funny say diary and all that shit. Call it what you want, man. This is just some real street talk from a dude who just been out in the Metro Detroit area, just analyzing what he's seeing, man. A lot of you motherfuckers out here is insane. Y'all gonna say I'm insane with you? Probably, but I may be. I know one thing. I can see it. I can see what y'all are. Y'all don't see what y'all are. Everybody trying to manipulate somebody, trying to get a one-up. You know, we got a lot of weirdos out here, man, looking for a leader, looking for a friend to latch on to, man. I can't get enough from you. So what's the friendship for? It's like that. What's the friendship for and all that? Ever heard that saying, the strength in numbers? Well, I can't get enough from you. You gotta give. You can't just take. That's why when I was younger, I did have friends, like comrades, I would say, until that fell apart because they got hooked on vices, started smoking weed, and I'm not on that. You start getting into vices, things break apart. You know, one dude, you start smoking cigarettes, came from the Navy, can't be around him. You smoke cigarettes. You addicted to cigarettes, man. How could I be around you? You know, I smashed some chicks who smoke cigarettes. I can't ever be their boyfriend because they smoke cigarettes. You're literally a toxic person to be around. And I can only fuck you because you ain't smoking. And you smashable and all that. But that's what it is, man. And I think a lot of these women out here, man, they just used to guys coming at them a certain way and lifting them up. And they think they can kind of talk down on black men and treat us like we insignificant peons and all that by default. They don't treat the guy who got money on the outside, who showed he has money on the outside, like a peon for the most part. They respect that guy, but traditional guy, whatever guy working and all that, making his ends without killing people, because that's really what it comes down to. If you ain't doing something legal, you doing something illegal. It's going. If you're gonna be successful, you're gonna have to kill people. You know, even indirectly, you'll have to kill people. If you're a real hell of a thief, stealing people's life savings, you're killing them indirectly. So you're gonna have to get your hands dirty if you're gonna be successful in the illegal things. But you got a lot of these women out here, man. Black women in particular. I'm speaking about them because that's mainly who I deal with and who I have conflict with in a way that I shouldn't really have conflict with, based on that brother, sister kind of bullshit, man. People giving people unearned benefits, unearned titles and shit. They didn't earn. You didn't earn to be labeled as a queen. You got women with dumb logic, black women with dumb logic, talking about if somebody did that to your mother and all this stuff. Yes, I'm always biased. There are things that you're going to be biased, whether right or wrong. See, that's the thing. Morality has no parts in certain loved ones. You can be dead wrong. Your mom could be a mass murderer. You love your mama, you can protect her, whether right or wrong. It's not about if somebody does something to your mother or your sister, If you love them people, morality as we know it matters not. So that's a dumb argument. If whether right or wrong, you're gonna ride for them anyway. And them being wrong, and retribution come your way, you deserve it, every bit of it, them and you. And you should be bleeding out with that understanding and accept it, because you're gonna have to. Where you going? See, that's the type of stuff I'm on. People ain't on what I'm on, man. Their morality is something else, man. I just see things differently now. Somebody call your mama a hoe, your sister a hoe. Okay. If I feel a certain way about it, whether right or wrong, whether she is or not, that's not a moral argument to throw up in somebody's face as something that's whether right or wrong. See where I'm going with this, folks? You still have dummies out here, dumb black women, black men who fall for the shit, who think because they see something that's wrong that the village is supposed to agree with them. Yeah, the village can agree with them. But that person who you say is wrong, they have every right to defend their life. And they can take your life. And whoever wins in that situation, the universe, our creator, deem was correct. That's how it works. Might determines who's right. The mighty. That's all it's ever been. The strong thing. Trip up a curb, crack your knee. That curb was stronger than your knee. Thus it broke your knee. Man, it all comes down to strengths and weaknesses, man. But, I'm going to see where this Uber thing goes, man. Who knows, man, Maybe it go far, maybe it won't. It was always going to be temporary anyway. The fact that I can't be, I'm not that employee type of guy. So I just wanted to last long enough where I can stack my money up. I've been doing what I can, but here's what it is, man. And the reason why I can't be an employee, I'm not successful at it, because I have that kind of personality where I ask questions, man. I don't like uneven scales, uneven weights, balance. I like things, you can't tell me that this is what you do and just follow these directions. And, yeah, I'll follow the directions, but then after a while, I'm going to question, like, why these directions work. And the reason for the questioning because I want to understand greater things. I don't want to just be a worker. See, workers don't question, they just do. Machines, mechanical, robots, they just do programming. They looked at as faulty when they started having conflict because they're thinking about stuff. They're trying to ponder. Conflict. But yeah, folks, I'm going to go ahead and leave it on that for this segment.